What's going on? How's it going, man?
Pretty good. It's you know, just doing a bunch of interviews all at once. So Kill Kamikaze. That's how you say your name,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
that's how you say it.
Where did that name come from? How did you think of that?
Um, Actually, I came up with it in like last year
Okay.
because I had like a bunch of different names. So like the kamikaze part, like I was always like a fan of like World War II type of stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
So like that's where I got like the name kamikaze from. And kill, it was kind of like they kill like the old versions of myself, like name wise and like persona wise.
Yeah.
So that's how I came up with the kill part as well. So I
Okay.
just put it together.
So was there different like when you changed names? Was there different phases? Like, did you change the way you looked and your style? Like, did the music change, or is it just more?
Yeah, I changed the way, kind of changed the way like my style, like because uh in my like earlier music, my hair was like I had like short spike hair, and then like towards like I would change my name up more. That's when I actually like grew my dreads out. Then I cut them again, and I changed my name again after I did that. Then like when I grew it out again, that's why I came with Kill Kamikaze.
Okay. So how long you been rapping for?
Since 2020.
In 2020. Okay. So was it? Have you always been a big fan of like music and rap music? Like, what type of music did you grow up with?
I grew with like when I first like really started getting into music, it was like early punk, like emo punk, kind of like Panic at the Disco,
Okay. Yeah.
Paramore, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that's like, so does that like integrate into your kind of style? Like that definitely doesn't. From what I've heard of your music, it doesn't sound very similar. But
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't sound similar at all. It's like I've also been listening to like metal like a lot too. So that's where that comes in from. Like like death metal, deathcore, trap metal, of course,
yeah.
and other different genres.
So is that kind of where you got the idea for your style? Like, was it like I want to kind of do like combine rap with like metal, or were you just like, hey, I just want to scream on these beats?
Come on, like rap with metal. That's
Yeah.
what I want to try to do.
Oh, is that like the style that you think you're running with like long term, or you're just kind of changing it up every project, or?
Long term, run with it long term.
All right, for sure. So, where are you from?
Mississippi.
Okay. How's the what's the scene like out there? Like for rap, first of all, but also like trap metal.
Um, it's not really like it's mostly like like regular rap stuff, like trap. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So like my music, it's like harder for me to get an audience down here.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's like it's pretty hard. So it's like the music scene is like more like it's not. I'm kind of like an outcast like in the music scene down here. So
Okay.
that's just how it is.
So you're really like the first one running with that sound, like in your area, basically.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah, pretty much.
that's always how it goes. I find like there's always like people with like little parts of trap metal will pop up all across, but there's no like one like place where it's like you if you're gonna do trap metal, you're gonna go here. You know what I mean? Because I feel like
Yeah,
Atlanta, like if you know what type of rap you're gonna do if you go there. If you're like in Florida, like I guess it was Florida, but I don't think they run with that style anymore. So,
yeah.
but you're okay with like letting your music be called like trap metal because, or do you find that's like a corny label?
I'm pretty cool with being called trap level, trap metal. I'm not really too much.
Too fussed about it, yeah.
Yeah.
So is like there anybody like in the trap metal sphere that you were really like inspired by?
Um, Zilla. I was inspired by like X's like screamo part, like his screamo.
Yeah.
That trying to think of some more other. It was it's this guy named Beast Boy BPD.
Oh, okay.
He does he does like screaming his stuff too, like growls and stuff. I got inspired by that. Some other artists too, like Cameron Ozzy, other people.
Oh, okay, Cameron Ozzy too. That's actually interesting. I found a lot of people are actually saying they're inspired by him too. Like
Yeah, it's,
he's still kind of like lesser known, but I guess within like the trap metal space, he's definitely more like he's up there. Because like, did you find Zilla? Did you find Cameron through Zilla or Zilla through Cameron?
I found Cameron through Zilla.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. So, what's the what are you kind of like trying to like in the grand scheme? Like, if you could get like I'm just trying to see like what your plan is with like the music. Like, is you the type of guy who wants to do a bunch of shows and like that's how you're gonna get your name out there? Try to get the local area. You trying to be more internet known with collabs? Like, what's the
Yeah, more interested in knowing with like collabs and stuff like that. That's what I really want to get known. Like, of course, I want to do like shows and stuff, but like more like known like with features and stuff like that.
Yeah. So do you really give a like? Are you the type that's gonna want to bring your city like with you, or is it more like I don't really give a fuck about my city? I just want to like get like you got love in your city, or no,
Now I don't really gotta live in my city.
no. I don't.
Yeah,
I get you, man. Like that's the same for me. I'm just like just dead zones, right? Where there's just like nothing going on there. You'd rather be where the action's at. Yeah. All right. So you started. So when did you start your SoundCloud? Like, do you initially start like as soon as you started making music? Were you just releasing it, or was it kind of like you at first you were like, okay, I don't want to put it out there at first, or were you just like,
I was kind of in between. Like when I first dropped my first song, I was all like, I want to put it out there, but it wasn't like it didn't meet my expectations,
mm,
like what I really wanted it to, like to sound like. But I was still all like, nah, I still want to release it because it's music. Like I like music and I just want to release music because it's fun type of
okay,
stuff.
yeah. So you weren't like a like self critic type of thing where you're like, oh man, I don't know if this is good. I don't want to put it
Yeah,
out. You're just like confident. Do you just drop everything that you like? Do you make a song and then drop it, or you more like you sit on the music type of thing?
sit on the music now, but
Mm,
like at first I used to just like make it and just like drop it. Like as soon as I made it, I
yeah.
like master it and drop it and stuff like that.
Yeah, because do you find like when you sit on it for longer, like when you first make it, you're like, "This is hype. I got to put this right out." But when you sit on it longer, you're more like, you start to get a little bit wary about it. You're like, I don't know, you think too
Yeah,
much about it. Yeah,
I get
definitely.
like that. So.
I see that's like a lot of artists say that. So like, so that's who you said like that'd be like your dream collab is like Zilla or like, is there anybody or actually like outside of trap metal, would you ever do like a weird feature with like somebody who's like a different type of music?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do like one with what's her name? Like get on like trying to remember her name from Paramore, Haley Williams or something like that, I believe.
Okay, yeah,
I wanted to work with her at one time,
that'd be
like when
crazy.
like do that type of stuff.
So like kind of
Yeah,
like disco, like trap metal, like type of thing combined there. Like
yeah, like yeah, like at like pop or like techno, like trap metal or something like that.
that'd be crazy. I definitely want to hear that. If you ever do a style like that, send me that song. That'd be crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you done any shows yet?
No, I haven't done these shows.
Okay. So you've been doing it since you've been doing it since 2020. Are you still like are you still in school now? Are you out of school now?
Yeah, I graduated this year.
Okay. So now this is like the full time dream type of thing. Like now you're really going like hard at it. Okay. You got a you got like a group or anything? Like you got any sort of collective, like people that you fuck with, like even online type of thing, like that you want to be part of? Like
I was in a collective, but we ended up like falling out. So it's
oh
like me and my other friend trying to get my other friend there, but we're called it's like Fox Sound Nation, Fox Sound Radio.
okay
So it's like a little group. That's like a good little group that I'm in. It's like three of us, two of us in there.
okay. Was it just like a kind of a personal thing falling out, or like
Yeah, like that too. It was a bunch of stuff that was just
yeah?
yeah
Don't even want to speak on it.
yeah it was some dumb stuff.
Yeah, don't want to give them clout.
Yeah, don't give a clout.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, trying to think what else. What else? Is there anything that like? Is there a message? Like, is there like anything that you really have to like? Is there like? Because I know some people like I'm talking to them and I'm like, so what's your message? And they're like, I'm God. Everybody's God. Like, you got anything like that kind of in your music? Like,
Like my message for like my music or anything.
yeah, like a message in your music or like a message you would want people to take away from like just you as a person type of thing.
Uh, my message would be like with my music, like don't let anybody like talk down on it because like it's your art at the end of the day. Like don't let what anybody has to say affect what you're doing. That's
Yeah.
how I feel about like, my music.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, you're just kind of like, just I don't give a fuck. Just gonna make whatever you want to make and just like, yeah. So like,
Yeah.
not even categorize it type of thing. Yeah. No, I get you for sure. That was fire. All right. So, is there anything like that you want? Is there anything you want to like promote? Like, is there any like upcoming projects or like just like have you done an album yet? Actually.
Yeah, I've done an album. I've done actually I did a couple albums, but I deleted my one I did last year.
Oh yeah.
I made an album and I made a deluxe this year.
Okay. Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
you just weren't proud. Like, were you just weren't proud of the first like project, so you got rid of it?
Yeah, I made like a lot of albums since 2020. I made like at least like maybe 8 albums,
Yeah.
but I deleted like all of them. The other ones, like before the one I made last year, they were all like terrible.
Oh
But the
yeah.
one last, I actually, yeah, I had to delete my one last year because I didn't have enough space on SoundCloud, so
Oh
I had to
okay.
scrap.
Because yeah, you got to
Yeah,
buy like the Go version, right, to get more.
yeah.
Okay. So what do you find like changed? You just got more comfortable like on the mic, or it's just like you got better producers in your corner now?
That too. I've seen like the progress in me like doing music like over the years. Like, I've noticed like how I've gotten like kind of gotten better at what I'm doing.
Mhm.
So I'm all like, that's why. Yeah, I've gotten a little better at what I'm doing.
You produce your own music?
Nah, I have a couple producers that I take. I use some beats from.
Okay. But I just mean like mixing, mastering, like you do that type of stuff on your own.
No, I actually have friends that help me do that stuff. I don't really. I'm not really like a mixer person.
Yeah,
Like a
yeah,
lot of my music sounds like distorted, so that's all like my music to sound.
yeah.
Not really.
Was that like? Did you find that was tough at first to kind of find like at first like to give your music to someone else to kind of like mix it, or was it like you just like to see what they do with your sound, or was sometimes it was like nah, I don't know if that's really how I want it to sound type of thing.
Yeah, that's not really how I wanted it to sound, type thing.
Yeah. So like, just with like certain producers, like do you just have two that you're comfortable with now that just like make your music sound exactly like your vision, or is it like you just work with anybody in that field?
I just work with anybody on that.
Yeah. I feel like when you're starting out, like that's definitely what you want to do. You just want to be open to everybody. But I know like some artists that I've talked to, they get like later on in their career and they're like, okay, I have like a centralized like vision now. I want my videographer, my producer, I want all of them to be on the same like sort of wavelength so we can really like get the message down so it's not so mixed. But do you have any music videos, like any work with any videographers yet?
Yeah, I actually did. I was on a feature with my friend. We was working on the music video, but it hasn't been released yet.
Oh,
Still
okay.
working.
Is that like you got plans? Like, are you just gonna start dropping music videos consistently soon? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work for. I just need the right equipment for it.
I get you, yeah. But you think
Yeah.
you'll just like record your own stuff on like some like just make them yourself, or you gonna like hire somebody for that type of job?
I'll probably do it myself.
Yeah, I think that'd be good. I think that'd be more authentic, and I feel like with like trap metal, like that's what like people really fuck with trap metal. Is like it's authentic and it's like raw. So like I think if you do your own music videos, like even if you get somebody else to like edit the visuals, but you just like film it, I think people are really gonna connect to that. And they're gonna be like, damn, like this guy's really doing it on his own. Like
Yeah.
because there's so much fucking like industry like that's what I found. Like, do you want? Are you okay with like being like underground? Like, you want to stay underground? Like, do you ever? Because I know some people they're completely opposed. They don't want to be mainstream because they get watered down and all that. Or are you like, what's your plan with that?
I kind of do want to get mainstream, but at the same time, like I wouldn't be like mad if I just stay like underground.
Hmm.
Like so, like I'm kind of in between on that. Like
You sign a deal?
to yeah, it's not a big deal
No, I mean,
to me.
what would you sign?
Uh,
Like, would you sign a deal with like a
uh,
record
yeah, I
company?
signed a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely signed a deal.
Just you're not like worried about like would it be like a smaller time production, or like you're just kind of like you don't give a fuck right now because you're just like if somebody would come with you with the deal you just take it, or
Yeah, I just say I don't care right now.
yeah. I get
I
you.
need.
Yeah, you're not too worried about like because I don't know because like there's some people I feel like it's kind of in between because it's like some people are like I would never sign a deal and I'm like I definitely feel like it can help you. You just kind of got to be like careful to not sign like one of those huge ones that looks really good on the surface. Like, oh man, I'm getting 2 mil right now. But then they're like, you look, they own your name, they take profits from this, like you know, shit like that. You kind of want to stay away from. But uh, yeah, a little bit of. Do you know who John Millie is?
Yeah, I know who John is.
Yeah, well, I did an interview with him, and he said like a lot of people don't know, but sometimes when you sign these deals, like depending what they are, like these long term ones, they own like everything you do for like the like rest of your life. So say like you stop rapping, you do something else, like you start a construction company, they can own like 50% of that too. I was like,
That's
I know that's what I said too. That's fucking crazy. So when you do get signed, just watch out for that. Just like remember I said this.
crazy.
Yeah. All right, sweet. So yeah, so you got a video coming with what's the other artist name?
Colgate.
Colgate. I like that name.
Yeah, Colgate.
That's fire. Okay, and then any other songs coming? You got any other like music dropping like YouTube videos, like just anything you want to like it's coming out, you want people to know.
I'm probably dropping like a couple singles next month or at the end of this month.
Mm,
We'll drop some singles.
awesome. All right, sweet. Well, thank you for coming on for
Appreciate it,
the
man.
interview, and yeah, knife gang.
Knife game.
Yeah, appreciate you. Have a good one, bro.
You too, man.